Child, Huda Beauty has officially ended their brand partnership with Love Island's Huda Mustafa.
And that's exactly what that fire-breathing dragon gets. She deserves to lose all her partnerships.
Huda Mustafa from Love Island is getting a lot of backlash and she's dragging Huda Beauty into it. Let's talk about it. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video we want to talk about Huda Beauty and Huda Mustafa collaboration that has be dissolved and all that. So apparently what happened is the fact that if you don't know who Huda Mustafa is, please you can Google her. She's one of the contestants from Love Island USA, and there's a whole controversy about this young woman, why she was in the villa. If you watch Love Island, please let me know down in the comment section. She did a lot of problematic thing while she was in the villa, and even when she came out of the villa, she tendered an apology and all that. She almost got cancelled. But what has gotten people like really like opera at this moment is the fact that Huda Mustafa and her boyfriend Louis, they were on a Instagram live, if I'm not mistaken, and I think they were doing like a prank call and all that. And a caller called and called Alandria, which is also a contestant from Love Island, a beautiful black woman, and called her the N-word. And rather than Huda Mustafa and Louis to rebuke the person, they both had a laugh on their face and ended the call. And this has gotten a lot of backlash from them. A lot of people are calling them out, and a lot of people are calling brands that are working with Huda, especially Huda Beauty. People like influencer Uche and again there was another influencer that called Huda Beauty out, has called Huda Beauty to stand up and act correct, and this has made Huda Beauty to take Huda Mustafa from the campaign that she was on with Huda Beauty, and people are talking about it. So you guys let me know if this was really a far-fetch for people calling out Huda Beauty to take off Huda Mustafa from the campaign. Was this worth it for them to take her and her losing a lot of her brand deals because of her laughing to a racial slur that was referring to a black woman? Anyway, guys, you guys let me know what you guys think. Let's go check out people's reaction to this story and then we'll come back and talk more.
Child, Huda Beauty has officially ended their brand partnership with Love Island's Huda Mustafa. In a statement posted to their Instagram, Huda Beauty said, "At Huda Beauty, kindness and humanity are at the heart of everything we do. Unfortunately, one of our recent collaborators has displayed behavior that does not align with our values. We are truly disappointed by Huda Mustafa's recent live, and we take all forms of racism very seriously. While we do not believe her actions reflect her character, we found them deeply upsetting. We know that many members of our community and team were hurt and offended by these actions. While we valued the partnership we had with Huda, her recent behavior and the way the situation has been handled does not reflect our brand's principles. As a result, we have decided to end our partnership and remove any related content from our social platforms and in-store displays. Accountability is incredibly important in moments like this, and we hope that meaningful change can come from it." This, of course, is a direct result of Huda and Louis laughing off a caller's racist remarks during their live recently.
Hello?
Whoa, hey.
Yo, I turned that on.
Hey.
Yo, what did they say? They said a bad word.
Huda denied ever hearing Alandria's name being used in that clip and also apologized for her immediate reaction, which of course was the laughter. She also said that she will be making a personal donation to the NAACP. So roommates, what are your thoughts on how this entire situation has played out?
Huda, why are we laughing at a racial slur that was directed at one of your co-stars?
Whoa, hey.
Yo, I turned that shit on.
Hey.
Yo, what the did they say? They said a bad.
So this clip was taken from one of their lives where somebody appears to call in and call Alandria a slur, right? They called her the N-word. And judging by their responses, well, first of all, both of their responses were disgusting. Like, why are you laughing?
Exactly.
Especially since Louis is black, Huda has a mixed race daughter, and she's already been accused of only caring about racism when it affects her, especially since she never made that post addressing the racism that her fans were throwing at Alandria. Both Huda and Louis have addressed the controversy on their stories, starting off with Louis. Start off by saying, "Don't condone no racism, but something happened on my life with a prank call and someone said something and he slur. I laughed, then hung, cause, I'm sorry y'all, this is so hard to read. I laughed, then hung up because all I understood was the slur, but now finding out there was a name in front of it, but we didn't hear that. So just want to say that as much as people want to call me a clout chaser and all that BS, this is just one big run-on sentence. What the fuck? I really hate the Love Island fan base, and as a black man who has experienced enough racism all my life, I don't even want to give the person that said the slur the satisfaction that they get from this. Almost done, y'all. But I have to come here and say something because it wasn't what we heard. For what it's worth, at least you can tell he wrote this himself because I damn near had a stroke reading this. Moving on to what Huda wrote. Y'all, first of all, clickbait using a sensitive topic is actually insane. Me and Louis did not hear what was said and that no caller ID was live. Only the racial slur, which we hung up immediately. I don't condone anything of the sort. Whoever called purposely continuously called while we were alive. I really don't condone racism, which is why it was immediately hung up. Once again, we did not hear it very well considering it sounded like a child. Only the last slur. I just wanted to address this before it blows out of proportion. I find it hard to believe that they did not hear Olandria's name when we all heard it as clear as day, but let me know what y'all think down below.
I mean, who's really surprised? I swore I was done talking about Love Island because I was sick of hearing from people who only get views when they talk about Love Island. But when duty calls, we answer the phone. Now, while Louis and Huda were on live, someone called Louis' phone and referred to Alandria as a slur. And this was their response.
Whoa, hey.
Yeah, it's in.
Well, Huda and Louis decided to address the backlash that they were getting, not the racism. And here's what Huda had to say. She basically said that clickbait using a sensitive topic is insane and that she and Louis didn't actually hear what the caller said. Then the person kept calling from no caller ID while they were on live and that they basically hung up and that she was addressing this before it was blown out of proportion. Blown out of proportion is strange. She also said that the laughter was because it was awkward. I don't know what's awkward about racism or funny, but she then says that whoever said it is in the wrong, but not her and Louis for laughing. Okay. Louis then said that this was just another opportunity for people to come on here and hate on his girl and that he's black and she's with him. So none of this makes sense. Okay. Anyway, I don't know why y'all tagging me in these videos. I've been told y'all this. Y'all need to go tag them people who had my name in big lights saying I was tripping.
And that's exactly what that fire-breathing dragon gets. She deserves to lose all her partnerships. But Huda Beauty, I'm going to correct you on one thing because you mentioned that due to her recent behavior. Are we literally living in an alternate universe than the others? Because we could have been told you this. We saw her behavior was erratic when she was on the island of Fiji. We could have been told y'all to prepare for the worst. Y'all were giving her partnerships with the NFL, Huda Beauty, Victoria's Secret, platforming her on Call Her Daddy. All of y'all are responsible. All of y'all are responsible because you made her behavior acceptable in the eyes of the people. We been new. The 98%? Yeah, we been new. We been knew that she was erratic. We been knew that she was an imbecile. We been knew that she was a racist. We been knew all of that. Y'all just finding out because y'all live on an alternate universe, because y'all choose to, because y'all can. So it's not good enough for me. Still not shopping with you.
Huda is the perfect example of someone the internet refuses to hold accountable. Every time she slips up, people rush to say, she didn't mean it. Y'all are overreacting. But at some point, y'all gotta stop mistaking charm and popularity for character. We all watched the clip. I clearly heard what was said. Now, she didn't say the slur herself, but her reaction, it spoke volumes. Laughter wasn't just awkward, it was acceptance. And that's where accountability comes in. You know what's crazy? I've always been really neutral when it came to Huda. Never hated her, never defended her, just kind of stayed out of it. But after seeing that, I was like, yeah, baby, go ahead and log off for me. Maybe she laughed because she was uncomfortable. Okay, but hear me out. She's not just some random person on the internet. You're somebody with brand deals, somebody who has influence, an audience that's watching your every move. Awkward or not, there is a standard that you're expected to uphold. Like, it don't even matter that it was about Alandria. You personally acknowledged you heard the slur and you thought it was funny. And this is not about canceling her. This is about holding people to the same standard that they profit from. You can't cash in on culture that you won't defend when it's disrespected. And I'm not saying she's racist, but I am saying she showed you what she's comfortable laughing at.
So let me get this straight. Huda's fans are now attacking Janae because when Huda Beauty made their statement about no longer partnering with Huda, Janae commented and said, love to see it. And so now Huda's fans are attacking Janae, not only attacking Janae on her page, but they're going to Kenny's pages to tell him he did the right thing, he didn't do enough, they need to hear his side of the story, they're not following him. Mind you, Kenny and Janae broke up because he was being racist towards her in group chats amongst his friends. And these are the same people who will say that Huda has also been facing racism and nobody takes it seriously. Now they're trying to drag Janae and praise Kenny because he was racist towards her.
Make it make sense.
The concept of all this, like, y'all, unlike JLo's vocals in her songs, please be so fucking... Y'all swear that racism isn't being taken seriously. And then the second someone does something you don't like, you spew racism at her and praise a man for his racism. Yikes on bikes. Yikes! I've always thought that Huda's actions alone would have the ability to end her career, but her fans' actions are only going to expedite that process. So to be honest, y'all keep going. Do your thing. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
Black women, this is why you shouldn't be in a rush to spend your money at Huda Beauty, even though they finally did the right thing with dropping Huda with this last situation of racism, because at the end of the day, they knew exactly who she was and they were okay and complicit with excusing her past of anti-blackness and being passive to respond to racism. They knew that. It's just gotten to a point where it's too much now to excuse it. And what I think it is because they thought Huda was going to be the one that was going to come out of the villa to make the most money, to be the it girl, and she is not. She is extremely unmarketable. But you know who is bigger than the program now and bigger than all of the cast? Alandria. Yeah. She is the one. We see her working. She got signed to one of the biggest talent agencies. She's marketable. She's smart. And she didn't do anything to deserve all of this. They knew who she was. They finally did what was right and dropped her, because we shouldn't be platforming people who are okay with being racist and excusing it and being anti-black. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Thank you for doing something that was right. But I won't be rushing to give you my hard-earned money because you were okay with being complicit, because you thought it was excusable because you thought that she was the one, but she's not the one.
When it comes to Huda and Huda Beauty, and Huda Beauty stating that they're cutting ties with Huda due to what happened when the caller called in and said what they said about Alandria and how Huda and Louis reacted to that, I'm very happy that they came out and made a statement stating that they were cutting ties. But there is a but. I did not care for that one sentence that said, while we don't think that this reflects on her actual character, or something like that. What did they say? Hold on. While we don't believe her actions reflect her character, we found them deeply upsetting. Was that sentence needed? You know, like, I don't feel like it was. And I'm not a PR person or anything like that, but to me, in my opinion, that sentence comes off as though like you're leaving the door open. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, in case things turn around, you've left the door open. Mm-hmm. Or that you want to be nice to all parties involved. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that was needed. I feel like without that sentence, that statement is not rude, and that it's just clear, concise, straight to the point on where you stand as a brand. But that one sentence, I don't know, y'all, it rubbed me the wrong way. Did it rub any of y'all the wrong way? I see a lot of people, you know, saying like they're very happy, and I'm very happy that they came out with the statement, because honestly, I was going to do a video. When was this? Wednesday or Thursday? I had actually recorded a video saying like, with this whole situation, Huda Beauty, what y'all gonna do? But then I was like, nah, Tori, don't post it. Because I really don't post things like that. And a lot of times I talk myself out of posting like my thoughts and what I really want to share sometimes. But yeah, I'm happy that they made a statement. But that sentence, y'all, I'm sorry, it is rubbing me the wrong way. And I'm not trying to nitpick, but racism is a very serious thing. It does not require any ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't have time to be like, oh, I don't think this reflects your character when this isn't the first time you've been called to the carpet about this. I don't care if it reflects your character or not. I'm not going to tolerate it. As a brand, I wouldn't tolerate it. Mm-hmm. And I don't need to say if I feel like it reflects on that this doesn't reflect your character, blah, blah, blah. I just don't feel like that was needed. I'm sorry. Am I beating a dead horse? Probably so, but it rubbed me the wrong way. What's y'all thoughts?
Huda losing a major brand deal with Huda Beauty over the racist comment that was made by this prank caller, it is really sad. It's not the greatest thing for her, and I know that she's probably really is feeling that. Now, I will say this. I do not think that Huda is racist, but the timing, how it was handled, and everything that came after that, it just wasn't a good look, especially for somebody with such a big brand. In this digital age, perception is everything, especially with somebody with 6.3 million followers, I think she has. Perception is everything. She needs to get a crisis manager, somebody that can handle when situations like this arises so that she can actually properly tackle them. One careless moment can just completely destroy everything that you've built. Everything was going well for her. The brand deals were rolling in, and I don't think it's going to end at Huda Beauty dropping Huda from all the deals that she's got. I don't think it's going to stop there, because brands are going to also jump on this and decide to no longer work with her or to drop her from current deals that she's got going, which is just going to become a snowball effect. There is something to be said about making sure that you align yourself with people that are actually good for your brand. And I don't think that this boyfriend of hers, Lewis, whatever his name is actually good for her brand. I don't even think he actually really does like her, to be honest, because you would not be caught dead on live saying that your girlfriend's breath smells if you actually liked her. That is crazy. I don't know what it is with men getting online and embarrassing their wives, their girlfriends. It's crazy. And she just needs to find a way to slowly cut ties with that man. He's not good for her brand at all. Things can go left very quickly, but sometimes it's not you, it's also who you have around you that can cost you everything. And I do hope that she does recover from that. Things don't end up being so terribly bad for her in terms of like her money and all her brand deals and everything. But the situation was not the greatest. She didn't make the comment, yes, we get that. But perception is everything, and people were already waiting to jump at the opportunity to kind of tear her down. If you present them with the opportunity, people are going to run with it. But love and light to Huda. I hope that this is a major learning lesson for her. She can recover and bounce back from this. But it is a shame.
Sorry guys, I had to pick up my food, so that's why I left the other time. So anyway, let's even talk this Huda Beauty and all that. Let me know down in the comment section if you watch Love Island and what are your take on Love Island. I personally, it's not a show I watch, especially Love Island. I used to watch that show back in the days when Love Island just started, but not anymore. I don't know. First, I don't really have access to it. Secondly, yeah, but let's even talk about the controversy that is going on. I do understand. I do understand other influencers calling Huda Beauty out for them to even do something, but clearly, even though I don't watch the show, I saw a lot of clips out there on social media. You could clearly tell there's some sort of racism going on there when it comes to Huda Mustafa and herself. There's a lot of things she did in the house. I saw clips there and there of her talking about how why a girl was picked because she's black. I think it's also Alandria she was talking about. You guys correct me, Love Island, people that watch Love Island, correct me if I'm wrong. But she has been really problematic right from the jump while she was in the villa. And even when she came out, she tendered an apology and all that. So to see that, I personally, when I now saw that Huda Beauty actually signed that in. I was shocked. Depend on the context of Huda Beauty and his brand and how much they've worked with black creators and all that. Saying that they were affiliating themselves with somebody like Huda Mustafa that was known for being problematic and being colorist and racist at the same time. For me, I was shocked. But not even seeing them laughing, Asep and Louis laughing at the racial slur on Alandria, I personally am not surprised. Huda has showed who she is. And I would say, like, to a large extent, a lot and I would say to a large extent, some Arab people are racist. And I'm not going to put everybody in one box. Yes, there are some amazing people. I met some amazing human beings that are Arab, but also there's a subtle underline of racism that goes on in the Arab culture and society where they see black people as less as them. I've talked about this before, but it is what it is. So I'm not surprised that Uda displayed that and feel like she is better off than Alandra, especially while they were in the villa. And I really agree with the creator that was talking about how everybody really thought that Uda was the girl that was going to be the hit girl for the show and all that. But apparently everything just twisted up. And this is how like God works. And the truth is that society already have like the whole checklist of who is the hit girl and all that, and Huda literally fits it. But apparently, when I say when Grace is with you is with you, Alandra did a certainly well than Huda. But the fact that Huda Beauty actually signed her, I was shocked. And this is why, like, even when it comes to brand and all that, and I do understand the idea with Huda Beauty aligning themselves with Huda Mustafa. Their names are Uda. They are both Arab. They are both from the Middle East. They look alike and all that. She has the numbers and all that. I get it. But as brands need to know people that they should stand to, especially when they claim that they are no racist or they are standing for the right cause and all that. They really need to people they sign it. And even the statement they made talking about, we know it does not reflect a character. This is somebody that repeatedly and publicly has showed who she is as a person. And you are trying to make excuses for us so that people, it does not reflect. Yes, she might be good to you. And this is, I've talked about this thing like, because somebody is a good person to you, that does not make the person a good person in general. People relationship and perspective of each other is different based on who they are dealing with. Because she's good to you, yes, she's going to be good to you, Uda, because hello, you're paying a check, you and all that. So of course, do you expect her what image is she going to show you than the actual people that she's being racist to and Alandra and all that, and even black people? The fact that she laughed and the fact that they are trying to claim that they did not hear, even on the call, honestly, I didn't really hear the slot that I had to listen to it over and over again. But at the beginning of the call, you could clearly hear Alandra name there. So I just feel like even the apology and Louis sitting down there and allowing and laughing at the same joke, it wasn't funny. And I believe that whatever is coming to them, they deserve it. But as black women, and especially as black women, because black women are the ones that usually be on the bottom of this thing, of this racial thing, but they're always looking down at us and all that. We really need to be careful about the people we give our money to. The this is not me. I'm a makeup lover. I have some Huda Beauty stuff, but we also have to put 10 toes down and be able to call out brands like this. For me, what pisses me off with the Huda Beauty is their own statement and the way they structure it. I personally, I don't like it. It kind of rubbed me up the wrong way because I feel like they were making excuses for Huda, and the only reason why they took her off the campaign was the fact that the people were calling them out. People like Uche and all that were calling them out. That was the only reason. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about this entire story down in the comment section. Love to know what you guys think. But please keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead, feel free, share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.